happiness, joy, abundance, and filled with so much faith. Real quick, can y'all do me a favor, please? If any time you enjoy this video, or you enjoy my energy, or you resonate with this reading, um, you know what I mean, or you're just part of the Divine Messenger 144K family, then please don't forget to hit that like button, please hit share, and please hit subscribe, and please turn that notification bell on to all, and make sure you are subscribed too, because not only for that, but also you don't miss out on the giveaways. I do the giveaways every month. It is for subscribers only, and I apologize, but you gotta be in the US, because where I deliver from, it's only where I order from, it only delivers to the US. So I apologize for any inconvenience for anybody outside the US. But yeah, and and turn that notification bell on to all, so you just don't miss out on that. And thank you to everybody who hits the hype button for me, for everybody who has been and or will be, when it's available. I believe it's after the live is like uploaded. But thank you guys, and please keep in mind within watching any of my readings or anything that I post, that you are in understanding and agreement that I'm not reliable nor responsible for anybody's actions but my own. So please only take what resonates and leave what does not resonate for whom it resonates for. Remember, he could be she could be he, our roles could be reversed. Just don't make anything fit that doesn't fit, because you don't want to break your beautiful divine puzzle. With that being said, I pray you are all having a beautiful and blessed day, or wherever you are, whatever time of the day, month, year, whenever it is that you see this. And please keep in mind, whenever you see this is when you're meant to. And it could be talking about whether it's right now, live, or 4 years from now. Whenever you see this is when you're meant to see it, and it could be talking about past, present, and or future events. So, yeah, let's just go on here, guys. So I'm mixing these two decks, the Mystic Black Rose deck, Mystic Red Rose, okay? There's the Mystic Black Rose and the Mystic Red Rose. I mixed the two decks together. So, doing the pre-shuffle is saying somebody is running, somebody that you're not in contact with, somebody's planning on turning their phone off and running, okay? They're planning on going on some sort of like the getaway card, okay? They're trying to get away, go on some sort of vacation. Careful, because if this I don't know if this person's going to try and ask you to go with them and go out on vacation. Be careful, because you're going to be harboring a fugitive, okay? Or if it's somebody that you're not talking to. So if all of a sudden somebody comes up to you and is like, hey collective, you want to go like somewhere with me, make sure you dig deeper into this, because somebody's trying to run from their problems. They're trying to get away. They were supposed to bring some sort of proof or evidence to law enforcement, and they were unable to bring that information, whatever it is. All right, so I don't know what they lied about something. I don't know if they were supposed to bring, like, there was something that was supposed to be brought, some sort of proof or evidence was supposed to be brought to court, and they were not. Okay, whether it was a drug test, okay, and maybe they skipped out on their drug test, or a parole or something, or if they took something, and whatever it was, there was no, like, they were unable to bring the proof or evidence or something like that, like that was demanded, and there's a legal issue that's not going to go in their favor, and they know that, because they don't have the proof and evidence that they needed, whether it was their urine, you know what I mean, their DNA, whatever it was, okay, whether it was paperwork, proof of residency, whatever it is, you know what I mean, they know that it's not going to go in their favor, and they're planning on going on the run. They're planning on turning their phone off. Also, I'm getting somebody needs to detox. Somebody needs to get away. Okay, not talking about like, I'm talking about somebody needs to detox from devices, from like their phones. Okay, somebody needs to do a fast from their phone, like from technology, pretty much. Somebody needs to just get away, and you know what I mean, meditate, pray. I don't know if we want to do an actual fast, and not only fast like from food, but like fast from the internet, from technology. Hey Jenny. Hey Jenny. There's nowhere to run. Exactly, they're gonna get caught. I love you, Jenny. um, but yeah, somebody needs to detox from their phone, okay? But going back to this reading, now back to this person who's trying to run, they're gonna get caught. They're gonna get caught. They know it. Just be careful, because I don't know if this person's gonna try to reach out to you to try to get you to go with them, and make it look like it's a vacation. You don't want to get caught up in that mix and end up, getting charged for harboring a fugitive. You know what I mean? I don't know if you wouldn't just to for your booty cheeks, you know what I mean? Or if this is somebody that you're not talking to, maybe somebody that did you dirty, okay? Maybe some of the proof that they were supposed to bring to the courts was, maybe they took something from you. I don't know. And like they had to prove that it was theirs. I don't know. But either way, if it's just be mindful, if anybody asks you to go out on vacation or something, before you say yes, look into it more, okay? See if they're acting shady, looking over their shoulder, or if they tell you they want to leave their phones, let's just get away and do this. No, there's something more to it, okay? And you don't want to get caught up with that, okay? But I don't know. It could be somebody that you're not talking to. You know what I mean? This could be somebody's karma that did you dirty. You know what I mean? But either way, there's somebody here that's getting themselves in trouble. Rose could be someone's name because both these decks is a black and a red rose. Okay, I'm also getting there's an ending for a new beginning. With the black rose usually represents death, okay, and endings, and the red rose is like new growth, new beginnings, and like springing up things. Okay, so exactly, something springing up. So somebody might even try to just spring up, okay, on this could even been somebody on parole, and their PO could have just sprung up on them and demanded a urine test, or it could have been children and youth. You know what I mean? And maybe like something they knew that something something like this could be. I don't know. Something like that's happening. Okay, but you're about to have some sort of new beginning. Well, I guess letting go. This could even be somebody that you're still around that you need to release, and you haven't released yet, and it might end up being like, all right, well, if you're not going to release them, God's going to take them and figure it away, and they're going to end up having to, go to jail or something like that, for something they're doing. Something like that's happening, but let's dig into it and find out what it is that's happening. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, what is the collective? Somebody's in pain. Somebody's in pain because and they could be in pain also because of how unjust they were to you, but because they got legal issues that are not going in their favor. Justice card in the reverse. Somebody could be a karmic Libra. Doesn't have to be. I just say that because the Justice card in traditional tarot is Libra. And with it being in reverse would be a karmic one. You could be a Libra as well, but there could be a karmic one as well. But we have legal matters, court visit, legal papers, and divorce in the reverse. So somebody has some sort of legal issues that are not going to go in their favor, and they're in a lot of pain. Okay, they're guarded, apprehensive. Okay, and putting a wall and executing pain. Oh, excruciating. I'm sorry. Why am I having such trouble speaking today? Excruciating pain. I know someone's trying to silence me, but it's not gonna happen, honey. I'm just gonna do more, okay? So yeah, somebody could be crying too. They're in like some sort of darkness. They're not happy about whatever this is. Their inner feelings, look, their emotions. Somebody could be really jealous of you. They're having a lot of negative emotions. They could be very jealous and envious too. A jealous card like that. But let's just see what's happening here. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit. See how that card just fell? They fell out of my hand. The Justice card and the Emotions card. These two that were just in the reverse, they fell out of my hand in the upright. I put them back in the deck in the reverse, but that I didn't realize until I just put it back in. That's what's telling me the injustice that you went through and all the horrible feelings, all the excruciating pain you went through, the scales got to be balanced. You're about to receive justice for this, okay? And you're about to have positive happiness, joy, abundance, prosperity, healing. Okay, you're about to be in like your good spirits, high spirits. All right. I feel like it's somebody that did you dirty. I feel like it's somebody that you're not talking to that did you dirty is getting caught up for their actions. Somebody that did some sort of injustice to you, they're caught. Somebody could have even lied on you. There was no proof and evidence because the evidence card, the proof card, like it was in the reverse. There was no proof and evidence, and then the justice card in the reverse. So someone could even try to like set you up or lie on you. You know what I mean? And get you under some sort of false investigation just to find out there was no proof or evidence of what they said about you. Foresight, okay? It's in the future, few days, 2 weeks, few months, direction forward. Somebody's like knows that like it's coming. They're at a fork in the road. They don't know what to do, which way to go, left, right, which way, and they know something's coming down. See how dark this is out here, and they realize they went down the wrong path. They don't know how to get out of it. So they're trying to run from their problems. That's not the answer. The answer is repent, okay? You did wrong, but as long as you can accept responsibility, apologize, repent for what you did, give back whatever you took or whatever, correct your wrongs, whatever it is, you know what I mean? You'll have a brighter future. Turn your life around. It's never too late. Somebody's really going through it, man. They're scared. There's song that said too late to say sorry now is playing in my head. It's never too late to say sorry. It's always good to apologize and to repent. Influence. Okay. Others involved, third parties, yeah. Interventions and manipulation. There was a third party situation that got put them down the wrong side, or like that was involved in this, okay? And they're not happy about this, and they're not happy. There's a lot of manipulation, a lot of betrayals that was done here, and a lot of negative influence. I feel like somebody misses the influence, the impact that you had on their life. Somebody didn't realize, okay, the actual impact that you put on you had on this person's life, a positive one. And ever since you've been gone, it's been real dark. And they're really regretting it's because you were the light. You were the brightness, right? And even though they tried so hard to dim your shine, you still were the light. They can't put out your light. They tried. It's happening soon. Foresight. It's in the future. A few days to weeks, few months, and direction forward. Okay. And I feel like this too. It's like somebody's at a crossroads. They're like, okay, which way do I go? What do I do? They're at that fight or flight stance right now. Should they, should they flee or try and run? They know that they're gonna get caught, or the fight, flight, or freeze. You know what I mean? Should they run, take off, and they know that then they're gonna have to look over their shoulder all the times, and it's gonna be more stress than it is anything else. It's gonna, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. They're eventually gonna get caught, and it's probably gonna get caught at the worst possible outcome. And then I feel like somebody's really sitting down and thinking about it, or they really should be, because then, like, all right, for instance, you're going to get karma for that. Like, what if you run? You can either just deal with it now, be a man or a woman, and own up to your what you did, and just take it on the chin and change your ways. The outcome will be a lot better. It's going to be extremely better. You might not even get as much time as you thought you were going to get, or it might not, whatever it is, it might not be as bad. It definitely won't be as bad if you just deal with it now. You're going to have to eventually deal with it eventually. And I have a feeling if you run and if you try to run from your problems, not only are you going to get caught, but you're going to get caught at the worst time possible. And you're going to have more problems on top, because now you're getting fleeing, you're going to be getting other people in caught up in your mess. Like, wherever you're staying, whoever you're around, when you do get caught, you can possibly get them, for charge for harboring a fugitive. You know what I mean? There's just more. And then, God forbid, when you get caught with when you do get caught later on, whenever it happens, you might end up getting caught at the worst possible time with something else on you. You know what I mean? And then now get multiple charges when you could have originally just had the first one. Just deal with your problems. Be a man or a woman. Own up to it. Realize you did wrong. Repent, apologize, and you'll see how much better your life will be. Because you're going to have to deal with it anyway. What kind of life is it that you have to look over your shoulder every 2 seconds? Scared of your own damn shadow. Now you're getting other people involved in your mess too, possibly taking other people down because you messed up and did something wrong. Whoever this is for, like, just deal with your problems. Cut down in reverse. Okay, cutting down in a reverse. Cutting out separation, stop the pattern, and silent treatment in a reverse. So somebody didn't want to stop the pattern. I feel like this is something that somebody's done multiple times. This could be, you know what I mean? They're like, it's just like it's like Groundhog Day. They're constantly doing the same thing over and over again. They don't want to cut. They don't want to, like, stop the pattern. They want to stay in the life cycle that they are in now. But they want to get out, but they don't know how, and they don't want to have to deal with the consequences. But they're going to have to. This person's like really going, like, they need to chill. They really need to chill. Whoever this person is. Self-indulgence. on the fence. Wow, I like candles. All right, that's a lot. Let me see what these ones are so far. Shock. We got shock. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, and epiphany. Okay, and transformation. They're shocked at the transformation you're getting. Somebody's gonna have some sort of epiphany here. Okay, something's also about to happen lightning fast, pretty quick. And I feel like somebody's gonna, if this person, whoever this is trying to run from their problems, they're gonna be shocked if they actually sit down, have this epiphany, and decide to change their life around and just do the right thing. They're gonna be shocked about how much better their life's gonna be. Soulmate. Soul connection, partnership, soul contracted life partner. We got soulmate here. Then we got self indulgence, self worth, and value. Time to heal, shadow work, and self appreciation. Key on a ring, on the fence, many options. All right. Controversial, one night stand, and string along. Somebody's battling with some sort of like self worth and their values. Okay. Somebody really needs to sit down and take time to heal. Okay. And I feel like this could even be like a, I don't know if that was on the fence or in the upright. It was either on the fence or the upright. I'm not really quite sure actually, but I feel like somebody is either now like needs to cut down, really needs to cut down whatever the hell they're doing, and needs to heal. Okay, and I feel like you are healing from like whatever you had to go through. Okay, and you're going through, like, somebody could be going through the shadow work. I feel like one of you is with the soulmate here, you or your soulmate, one of you is already healed, moved forward. Okay, and the other one is on their way. That's why these two are on the fence here. And I feel like somebody could have like possibly tried to string you on. Okay, and I feel like somebody needs to heal from that. Okay, maybe this is something that happened to you, or you had to heal from this and you healed. Either you and I feel like your soulmate, the whoever you're supposed to be with, one of you is healing now, one needs to heal, and one already has healed, or one's healing now and needs to heal. Something like that's happening here. This one's on the fence, date on the fence. An addiction. Okay, somebody has some sort of addiction. All right, they could have got themselves in legal issues because of their addiction. Somebody could be going through some sort of withdrawal. Okay, they could possibly be healing from an addiction that was somebody could even been, even if it wasn't like a drug addiction, it could be like a sex addiction, dating addiction, something like this. Here we have addiction, codependency, obsession, and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. Somebody could be healing, you and or your soulmate could possibly be healing from this. And we got date on the fence. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date, and date online on the fence. So I feel like somebody is cutting down. Okay, maybe it's like you or your soulmate or something like this. Maybe like somebody needed to take time to heal. If you're single and you're wondering why you're not in a relationship yet, and maybe you feel like you're ready to date, I feel like one of you is and the other one's not. Okay, the other one's like still healing from whatever, possibly addiction, because addiction is the only one that's still in the upright. So um I feel like you or your person could be healing from some sort of, you know what I mean, one of you's like, maybe like you took on, you healed from whatever, but somebody needs to heal some sort of addiction, some sort of drug or alcohol addiction, and needs to cut down on it. They got to cut down in a reverse right here, an addiction right here, the first one out, and then this one with the dating on the fence here. I feel like this person's not dating. There's the, if you're wondering why you're not in a relationship, all right, it's because of either you or your person. Somebody has an addiction that they need to heal from. They need to maybe they cut down but didn't quit. Something like this here is happening, and that's what's waiting for this to come in. You're about to have some sort of huge transformation there, some sort of shocking, huge, sudden change. Somebody, or maybe somebody's watching you and seeing you. Um, healing from all this. Okay, maybe you could possibly have, or this could be somebody with an addiction. Somebody could be addicted to watching you. What the hell is this? All right, there's no proof of this. Okay, so this is the magnification glass and the magnifying glass in the reverse, showing proof, validation, confirmation, and finding the truth in the reverse. Okay, this could also be. I see what this is. We got Okay, in the reverse. So the person that's on the run, it's to somebody that you thought was a soulmate. There's no proof here. Okay, you don't love this person anymore. You dated this person. You're healing from this person. You felt like you were dating this person, but this person looked at you more like a string along, or like they were just with you because of like because of a sexual nature, okay? But they're dating more than one person. They worried about themselves and an addiction. And I feel like what's happening here, I don't know what they did during through this addiction or whatever this is. They're watching you. They're seeing. This person thinks that you're their soulmate now. Maybe because now that they don't have you, they're realizing that like that they love you, and they want to know if you still love them. They're not finding any proof of you loving them or wanting to be with them. They're watching you to see if you're in like a relationship or not, but they don't see any proof of you dating. Maybe you're not telling them. If you are, maybe you're not telling anybody. They want to date you now. I want to do that. This person still has some sort of addiction. I feel like they definitely have a sex addiction, possibly a drug or alcohol addiction as well. They're addicted to themselves, self addiction. Okay, they're this person has like very self absorbed. Like um they're all about themselves. This person might be trying to ask with them, make you like this. They might tell you that they changed and say that, oh, they know you're their soulmate. They might want to ask you out and ask you to go run away with them and prove. They're like, look, I'll leave my phone behind and everything. Let's leave our phones behind. Let's go on vacation. Let's go on like, you know, a day. They might do this for like Valentine's Day or something like this to try to make it look like they're proving to you that they want you and only you. No, they're doing this because they're trying to run away. And it looks like they're leaving their phone behind, you know what I mean? Because they want to focus just on you and they love you, they change. No, it's because they're on the run or they're planning on going on the run. Our left ear's ringing. 360. See how this card just did a complete 360 and face down. Yeah, you're not gonna do it. We got that shot card right there too. Old school, outdated thinking conditioning, replaying events over in their head. Okay, so this person constantly replaying old events over and over again, and not taking responsibility. Okay, and they don't like they're seeing how you did a confirmation. You did a whole 360 in their life. They're healing from everything that they did. This person's still in like they need to change their ways, but they're not. And maybe this person is thinking like, oh, they don't realize what they had until it's gone. Now it's too late, right? Now they got legal issues. They want to run away. They want to get away, and they're thinking like you're the only person they could trust. And this person might want to either try the. They're thinking like, damn, they should have did things better with you, or like they did you really really dirty and is getting caught up for this and might even try to like win you over and make it seem like confirmation. This is fucked up. They want to win you over, make it seem like they love you, they want to be with you, and they want another chance with you. They're replaying old events and they want to make it look like they want to get away with you. They're trying to kiss your booty cheeks so that when they get caught up, I feel like whatever they're getting caught up for is something they lied about you or they did to you. And this way they can try and win you over when they get caught. If they, they're thinking if they get caught or when they get caught, like they would have you in the palm of their hands again, and you wouldn't want to press charges, or you would like be there for them, and you know what I mean, or like not come up against them. But you see them for who they truly are. Don't fall for this, whatever you do. Girl with a snake. This person's a snake. Okay, charmed or used, enabled, and boundaries. You realize what it was hitting for. This person's gonna try and use you. They're a snake. They're gonna try and charm you. They've used you in the past, and they're watching you. They're trying to see if you have like if you're dating anybody. They're wondering, all right, well, will they date me? Like, you know, they knew that you love them. They want to relate. They're gonna try and come in and like they sweet sway you over, but they're getting no proof and evidence of you loving them or wanting to be with them. And they are completely shocked at the fact that your huge transformation. They really regret their actions, okay, and that you put these boundaries up and you're not allowing them back in. And they're thinking in their head like they want to know if you know what they did to you, how they snaked you over, and they're not sure if you know exactly what they did, and they're afraid. That's like why they're kind of at like crossroads, like, okay, should I go over and try to reach out to them with my hand out, you know what I mean? even try to give you like, oh yeah, I love you, I changed my ways, blah 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 blah. And you know what I mean? But they're afraid that you already know what they did, but they're not sure. Emotions on the fence, okay? They're caught up in their emotions, like I caught the card. And it's on the fence like waves. In and out, crashes and unpredictable. It's on the fence. They're completely in their emotions. One minute they're up, then they're down, they're caught in their emotions, okay, because they're worried, they're terrified, they don't know what to do, they don't know if you know what they did or not. They want to come in and try and charm you and use you again, but you put your boundaries up. And they're afraid. They feel like this, like a smart way to do it is like to try and actually win you over, try to run away with you. Well, really, they're going on the run, and like maybe you can supply their needs and like where they could stay and or whatever situation is, or like and when they get caught, they think that they have to charm you to get you in the palm of their hand. So, like you fell for the person again, and you want to press charges or whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? When they get caught up or when you find out, but they don't know if you found out yet or not. This person's in a lot of pain. Okay, guarded, apprehensive, and putting a wall and excruciating pain. Somebody's really, really, really going through it. Somebody could be withdrawing right now too, some sort of addiction. They're terrified of some sort of withdrawal, something that's painful. Somebody could be even kind of in some sort of regret of like you know what they did to you, but like they're still trying to manipulate you. And if they see that you're dating, somebody's like dealing with their pain with addictions is not good. All right, with they're self-indulgent and like a lot in drugs and like probably alcohol, maybe even I feel like they definitely have a sex addiction, without a doubt, some sort of a drug addiction. They're covering up their pain and everything else with addictions, alcohol maybe with the liquid here, and that, or it could be anything. They're trying to mask their pain. They're going to try and use that too. They're going to say that when they get, poker face, when they get caught, okay, they're going to try and say that they did it, the addiction's what made them do it. It wasn't them. And then what do you come to do with that bull crap now, okay? Backstabbing, heartbreaking pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack. So they did to you, okay? They done that to you, and they're not going to cut down on doing this. They're still trying to do this. They're trying to manipulate their way back into you to get themselves out of trouble. Poker face. Taking a chance, risk, and options, not showing hand in gambling. Okay, so they're like, right now they're kind of they're in a lot of pain, but they're trying to act like they're not. Okay, and they're covering it up with addictions. They don't know what to do. Like I just said, they're trying to figure out, weigh out their options. They know that they betrayed you in a major freaking way. All right, and they're wanting to know if you know this. They're trying to figure out if you have any proof or evidence of this. Okay, and I feel like they're in trouble. This legal procedure, whatever's going on behind the scenes, is something they did to you. And this is why they're trying to get back in. But they're afraid that you might know about this. Some sort of major shocking attack, a very painful shocking attack. With somebody that you dated. Somebody that you thought was a soulmate. That used you and abused you. That this completely snaked you, that had you like all in your emotions, caused you a lot of mental, emotional, spiritual pain. You could have possibly ended up turning to addictions because of it. Or maybe you could have had some sort of addiction, but they're kind of weighing options. Okay, they're not sure what they should do. They're kind of thinking like maybe that's a good option to go. That like this is a gamble because they don't have any proof. You know what I mean? Of if they don't know. There's no evidence or anything. If you know what they did yet, so it's like a, you know what I mean? Heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup. Ever since you broke up with this person's been having like a poker face, but they can really be in their emotions, like deeply like saddened about this, or having a poker face. They could have broke up with somebody else and they're trying to snake their way back on into your life. Somebody's in like they don't have any faith at all. Okay, they could be of a darker faith. Triggers, flashbacks, trauma bond, inner child wounds, and attracting toxic. Stay away from this person. Who this is? This person's not it. They're like some sort of major. They have like no. Mm-mm. Somebody you're not talking to. Okay, you could have them hearing from conversation, talking, and unblocking in the reverse. Okay, you have them blocked. You're not going to talk to them. They didn't expect you because you know what they did. They didn't expect you to cut them off completely. All right, they realized you were the key. They needed you. You know what I mean? Heck to no. Stay away from this person. Okay, moving in the reverse, boxed up, environmental change, and empty shell. This person is a complete and empty shell. All right, they're all up in their emotions. They're all over the place, and they're a dark faith, and they have no hope. They have no, you know what I mean? They have no faith, so they're going around and like, filling their drugs like themselves with some sort of addictions, sex addictions, alcohol, drugs, something like that. And they're at a very dark place in their life. You don't want to be anywhere near that. And we got triggers, flashbacks, trauma bond. They could be flashing back on things that they did to you. Inner child wounds, attraction toxic, and that's what they're attraction toxic. So you don't want that. You don't want that anywhere near you. Stay far away from that. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, what does the collective need to know? What do they need to be aware of, please and thank you? Coffin on the fence. They don't see. Side piece in the reverse. Okay, mistress flirting with others, and the other woman's secret hookup in the reverse. See, because they wanted to you, you thought this person was your soulmate. To them, at the time when you were together, they looked at you like a side just like a f buddy. You know what I mean? They could have pretended to be like they were in a relationship with you, but in their mind, they just looked at you as a f buddy, like as like and to use you and to get what they could from you. All right, but they didn't realize what they had. They screwed you over majorly. Okay, they did you really, really dirty. They stabbed you in the back, and I feel like now they're getting stabbed in the back by whoever they were with. Okay, their side piece could have left them, and maybe I don't know if they did something wrong to you or they got like charges for, or if they did something dirty to somebody else, and that person, you know what I mean, is giving it is putting them like getting them caught up in or whatever the situation is. Okay, but this person wants to come back to you for the wrong reasons. All right, they want to act like you're still there, like that, like you're their soulmate. They realize they changed. They did not. This person's not, like, stay away from this person. Okay, just stay away. Or we have somebody's going coffin in the site, and it's on the fence. If this person does not change their ways real soon, that coffin's going to be in the upright. Their life is on the line and they know it. And it's because their toxic behaviors and what they're doing. Someone's like going down a horrible, horrible path, like spiral, a dark spiral. Stay with this person. Then we got the foresight on the fence. This person's like kind of figuring what should they do, what they trying to weigh out their options, trying to figure out what's going on. They realize they went down the wrong path, but they want to run from their problems. Okay, and they want to like bring you down with them, or like try to use you as a scapegoat. Okay, to you know what I mean, to use you and charm you, but you're not going to deal with that. Do not deal with it. You're going to completely end it. Okay, because everything that like your everything is on the lines right here by if you take this person back. If you get back with this person, it's going to be endings in your life. Okay, you don't want, you're going to attract all that toxicity. You're going to, they're going through really bad karma right now. You're going to attract all their bad karma because you don't want to link up with that. Absolutely not. They're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to act like they're all in their emotions. They're sorry. They regret what they did to you. You were always the one. Blah 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 blah. It's all lies and manipulation. All right, they don't want you to they don't want you to block them. They want you to unblock them. They want you to talk to you. Okay, they want to tell you they want some sort of new beginning with you. Okay, they want to they don't want to betray you. They're done betraying you. They're done doing this. They're probably done doing addictions, but it shows right there they're completely in their addictions, their sex addiction, alcohol, whatever, drug, whatever it is. Don't do this. Okay, because if you go down that wrong path by picking this person, it's going to cause endings. Okay, It's going to cause endings. No, you have a new beginning that's coming. New beginning on the foresight coming in real soon. Do not allow this person to come in. Make sure you have those boundaries up, and you don't allow this person to come in and screw you over in any way. My radios ran. Side piece in reverse. They're going to tell you that they don't want nobody else. They want you. It's always been you. Blah, blah, blah. They didn't realize that they've been holding it inside. They, they might even start crying and to make it look like, don't, no. Don't trust this person at all. Not even a little bit. This, yeah, exactly. Look, mask. They're wearing a mask. Pretending, putting on a front, two-faced, and not genuine. Don't listen to them, please. Don't trust them. Nope. Yeah, exactly. See? We got in a reverse, Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise intervention. Struck by love in a reverse. No. They're going to try to make it look like that. Absolutely not. You see them for what it is. Absolutely not. And what they're trying to do. And then healing heart in the reverse, okay? Healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction in the reverse, abusive relationship in the reverse. They're gonna tell you, oh man, they're sorry, they stopped their addiction. Addiction in the upright, and then healing addiction is in the reverse. They're still in their sexual addiction, their drug addiction, their alcohol addiction, whatever it is. No. And they're going to continue to cheat on you, treat you like crap. They're using you. They want to try to use you again. Don't allow it. And I'm telling you in a major way, too, because they did either something really dirty to you, and they're trying to cover it up and trying to, like, get their, like, their fangs in you before, you know what I mean, before they get caught up in what they did, or they did it to somebody else and they need to use you to like, harbor them or whatever the situation is. Then we have death in the reverse. All right, the relationship is over, no second chance, grow in transformation. What's dead is dead. Okay, somebody could be a karmic Scorpio, doesn't have to be. Make sure you tell them now. Okay, you're about to have some sort of rebirth here. They don't see any proof. Okay, they don't see that you love them, but they also don't see any kind of proof or evidence that you don't want to be with them anymore, that you don't want to date them. They think if they come in love bombing you, don't please don't person. Okay, don't take this person back. Whatever you do, because this person's wearing a mask. They're gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. You know what I mean? They're gonna go above and beyond. And then with the death and the coughing here, no. Somebody can have diabetes. I don't know why I just got that. This person is like poisonous, toxic. Toxic as all get out. This person could have possibly tried to poison you. They might be getting in trouble for that. Maybe they're going to try and finish the job. Somebody's trying to snake their way back in. No way. Remember, this whole reading is centered by this card right here. Girl with a snake. Okay, charmed or used, enabled, and boundaries. Keep your boundaries up. You need to keep your boundaries up around the snake, whoever this is. Karmic relationship in the upright. You see this, what it is. Are resentments and triggers. Perception and intensity and letting go. Turmoil and fleeting. Flee away. Flee. You see what you know what it is? Stay away from this person. You don't want a relationship. I'm telling you, stay away, stay away, stay away. Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, and stalking. Somebody's addicted to stalking you. This went over top of the addiction card in the upright. They're addicted to stalking you, watching, lurking, creeping, and everything else. They're addicted to stalking you and trying to cause you endings. Somebody's, whoa. Possibly with the death card and the off in here, that might be what they're getting charged with. Okay, maybe that's what they're trying to run from. Maybe they did try to poison you, literally. Something about like a bite could be significant, like a snake bite or something venomous or something, like or a spider bite or something. Could have been love call in reverse. Expressing love, message of love, thinking of you, and informing you in the reverse. They're gonna try to come love bombing you. Okay, they're gonna try and express false love. Okay, and it's gonna be a message of like manipulation. They're not thinking of you. They're thinking of a way to get over on you, to manipulate you, and informing you in the reverse. They're going to try to manipulate you, and no. They're worried about you getting some sort of information about their weird ass, creep ass body vixen addiction that they have to stalking you and causing you endings and betraying you. Stay far away. They probably call and start crying to you, telling you that they're lying to you, saying they're making healthier choices, but they're not. That they want to be with you. No, they're moving and they want to move forward. They're gonna say they want to move forward with you. They're wishing, hoping, and praying for you. You were their wish come true. You were the answers to their prayers. They're lying. This is some weird, creep stuff, man. I don't like this energy. I want this reading to be over. I don't like this. What is the outcome, please? Oh, Lord Jesus. Phoenix in reverse. This person hasn't changed. They don't want you to change. They don't want to see your new beginning. They want to stop it. No. Phoenix in reverse. They're stuck in old behaviors. They're not changing. Completely done. Yeah, because you see them for what you see as a karmic relationship. You don't want nothing to do with them. You don't see them. There's no proof of them changing or bettering themselves. No, it's all lies. It's all manipulation. It's all betrayal. It's all to get over on you and to betray you yet again. So you're going to see for what it truly is. The outcome is you're completely done. You're moving on, ending cycles, lesson learned, and coming full circle. And now that you moved on, and now you healed from this, now full circle. What goes around comes around. How they treated you, they're getting treated. Okay, whatever they done wrong to you, they're getting called up for it. However long they were doing this for you, so it's probably all coming full circle at once, where they're just getting hit with karma after karma after karma, lesson after lesson after, like, you know what I mean? And they're trying, to stop this by doing some reckless, careless shit with you. Engagement ring on the fence, higher commitment, eternity, and partnership and union completion on the fence. But more so in the upright. So I think that they might even try to propose to you and say that they always loved you, but you're going to say no. You're going to tell them no. And I feel like that's what you need to do is completely end it. Completely. No, you don't want nothing to do with that. Completely. They reach out to you, you say hell to them. No, no, no. Right? And then maybe that's when you're going to end up completing this whole complete cycle, being ice cold, frozen off. And then so you can have this, like, look at that red rose right there, and have a new beginning, a blossoming new future with whoever. Maybe you're already in a relationship with somebody, that could cause them such a pain, whatever, and just stay away from this ex. But they're going to try and love bomb you. They're going to try and say they want to be with you. It's always you. They'll probably even try to propose to you. They're going to tell you they separated with whoever else they were with because they couldn't compare to you. Whatever weird lies they're going to come up with. Shift, okay? Cutting ties. Yeah, you're going to cut ties. Cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, and progression in arriving, okay? You just gotta say, hey, okay, no. Be completely done, and now you're moving forward. You're getting on your ship and moving forward. They're trying to hold you back. Absolutely not. You're gonna move forward victoriously. And what goes around comes around. Everything they did to you is coming back full circle. All that good energy and love, that you put out into the world, now you're about to receive it. Okay, your ships are here and it's locked down. You know what I mean? It's your ship's here. It's not you don't see on that card that it's in the future. It's here. It's locked and loaded here. Somebody might even try to go on a cruise with you or something like that. Tell this person, no. This past person, whoever this past person is. Lust, yeah, because this person's forbidden fruit. Exactly. Non-committal. Sexual energy and tragedy. That's all they want. Is to you know what I mean? It's all it was. It's all it was. And what they could get out of you is siphon from you, take from you, manipulate you. Like, no. So now you leave that behind. Now you get love, true love, real love, unconditional love, compassion, genuine, and union. Just get rid of that snake. All right. Let's see what's Something about addicted to pain. Someone that causes their own pain. Don't be careful. They might even try like hitting you up, saying that they might try and threaten to hurt themselves. Don't listen to it. They're not going to. They're doing it for attention to try to get your attention. Don't fall shit. If anybody has any thoughts of self-harm or harming anybody else, please go seek help. But I feel like this person might try to reach out to you for attention. Doing it just to try to get like your attention. You know what I mean? The ship has sailed. I don't. Have any messages for the collective? Oh, you're about to get answers. Answers that you have forgotten about long ago. Answers are about to be answered. Multiple. Seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6:33, baby. Unto you it is given to know the kingdom of the mystery of, and unto you it is known to, it's given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God. Mark 4:11. You got the 4:11. You already know what it's in for. You're tapped all the way on in. You're about to get some sort of 4:11 though here. About what the heck is going on here. Judge not that you, nothing shall be impossible unto you. What the heck? Sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty, of self denial that you have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. So somebody's been praying for some sort of financial blessings, okay, or maybe you were in the past, maybe you like stop, continue to keep praying for that, but you also need to sever vows of poverty. Okay, you have some sort of like self I don't know if it's like you like a you don't think you're good enough or you're deserving enough of it, or if it's the fact that like you're not believing in the prayers or whatever. You need to believe and have faith in it. Know that it's coming in and believe in yourself. Okay, and when you do, when the prayers do come in, make sure you're also putting, you're saving for your future as well. You are the light of the world. Yes, you are, my darling. Now, any of these names could be your name, somebody involved, or past or loved ones, first, middle, and or last name. Yeah, I gotta move around. I'm getting antsy just sitting here because I just did 2 readings back to back. It's like I'm normal. I need to remind you. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, what are some names involved in this situation, please? And thank you. Gina could be someone's name, or Gianna. Somebody doesn't know what to say to you or how to say it to you. Peanut, Roy. Oh man, I gotta move my body. I'm getting so antsy sitting here. Philly. Holy Spirit, somebody had look serenity in reverse. Somebody's not. They're not surrendering. They're not. Somebody's really with addiction in the upright. Somebody has a major drug addiction. And with the Philadelphia card, it's probably like some sort of heroin or something, or whatever they're doing is heroin now. Philly, like North Philly or Northeast is like really North. I meant is really bad with that stuff. It's really bad. Down in Kensington, like they get high, shoot up in front of the cops, like literally right in front of the cops, and they like live on the street. So I don't know if somebody's like at a rock bottom or really low, but they're surrounding the reverse, addiction in the upright, and then healing addictions in the reverse, all on top of each other. Somebody's really got a bad addiction, and a painful one, like where they withdraw and it's painful. They could be like, and also mentally and emotionally, like uh, something that's making them have no hope. I think somebody has like a really bad heroin addiction or something, or whatever it is now, that they're doing. Because it's not, it's something completely different. Where apparently it is. Because I watched these things on, I watched like the Boston, Kensington, and stuff, um, like the channels and stuff, and like yeah, it takes all your hope away, like all everything, and they're like sores all over their bodies and stuff, and they're still doing it. Like literally, their arms are like being eaten away. It's scary stuff, man. It's scary. Something that's got them locked down. They can't. Where they could have physical pain, like excruciating pain, like if whatever they're putting in that stuff, it really eats away their skin. Like you'll see some people on, like you watch them on YouTube and stuff, like down in like Kensington's all over now too. It literally, like, you'll see their bone. Like, okay, so for instance, like where the Simpsons, they protect, like like the zombie apocalypse, like that's kind of like happening right now. It's it is. Like, I feel like the zombies that they be talking about is really the people that are walking around dead, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, because this stuff is a tranquilizer, it knocks them out, and they're just being extra about it. You know what I mean? But it, like, they're not like actually dead. It's like they're walking dead. You know what I mean? Because they're like dead inside. You know what I mean? They're hurting. They feel empty. They feel like they're at like there's no way out. You know what I mean? That's the way they feel. But they're still alive, but they look like they are. You know what I mean? They definitely look like it. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And whatever it is, it's like it's extremely hard for them to get off of it. And it's extremely painful. And that's what they all say. There's like, what's it called? Like Fox, I don't know, I watch a bunch of different ones. And Philly's only like 15 minutes away from my house, so you know what I mean? But I watch a bunch of them, and I always like to do it to see if there's anybody I know down there. But it's really sad, and they all just look lost and broken, and it's heartbreaking. I'm strongly getting that somebody has a really bad addiction. That's really sad, and I think it's that. And now they're putting that stuff in literally everything. So y'all gotta be careful. If you are doing anything, they're putting it in weed, and you don't. And people that are snorting it, they're like, it's the same. The stores happen on them too, not as fast, but it happens, and it eats away your insides. And like, and think about like the Walking Dead and stuff, like how they're bent over and like they look like that. But that's literally like when I watch it, when I see like the stuff on YouTube and down in Kensington and stuff, or any of the addiction channels, like it really what like it makes me think of. It's that, you know what I mean? They look like they'll be standing over. I call it the Kensington Seven when they like their bodies will be like this, or they call it the Kensington Fold, or I call it the Kensington Seven because it'll literally be like this, and they'll be backwards doing it, and like just sad stuff, man. And that stuff you can actually die from the withdrawal. Could be somebody's neighbor. It's scary. It's sad, man. If anybody's dealing with any addiction, especially that addiction, please go seek help. Don't do it on your own. Don't, don't go to rehab and pray the whole time.